The initial idea for the project came from Bates alumna Christine Conrad, a member of the college's class of 1990, and Senior Vice President Director of Marketing at Androscoggin Bank in Lewiston. She was motivated by an article in the spring 2009 issue of Bates magazine about a similar research project Eames did with her last year's class involving Somali employment in Lewiston.
While there is a growing demand for and an awareness of Shariah-compliant banking in Somalia, there is no guarantee that the Lewiston population will be familiar with these attempts or have any specific education about formalized banking in general. Bringing it back to Lewiston, we just wanted to provide a brief overview of differences that exist within the Lewiston Somali community, specifically the distinction between ethnic Somali and Somali Bantu.
The Somali Bantu, so that's their kind of immediate need. And the consequences are similar in this case as well: social ostracization, dishonor, things like that. Okay, so we wanted to kind of draw some general conclusions.
And so the demographic we were working with, we worked with several members of both the ethnic Somali and the Somali Bantu communities in Lewiston-Auburn and the surrounding areas. We talked with men of varying professions and education and ages. These included members of medical profession, members of the Somali Bantu community office, students, as well as business owners. So we have a very wide
This is something you really want to look into and outline in the contract beforehand. And just also reiterating the need to action. This is a community that is really wanting to be a part of this economy, and we don't want this presentation.
Being able to write about my involvement in the project as a member of the class, I am reminded of the immense amount of knowledge and experience I gained from it. Not only did I learn how cultural values impact economic life, I also saw firsthand how anthropology ties in with professional aspects of life. I also realized how difficult it must be to conduct daily activities without banking services. For example, without the simple action of taking out loans, many of us would not be able to attend Bates. I realized how confusing and puzzling banking actually is. I found myself lost in translation at times when hearing or learning about our own banking system and its components. As a native speaker of English, I can't imagine what a non-native speaker has to deal with when reading financial contracts. The project also reminded me that Bates strongly believes in and urges its students to participate in community-based research projects. I personally believe it's an important component of a Bates education, and it's also great when you have a professor who believes the same.